Hi, I'm Terri Murphy from the Women's Wisdom Network and the senior editor for Realty Times, Women in Business, Women in Real Estate, in the men's room with Murph. Now, this woman you're about to meet, I want you to buckle up. She is one powerful lady. Her name is Gaby Martinez. She is one of the people that I love to shine a spotlight on. She started off as a simple secretary, coming from another country, and today she is the she's been in real estate for 20 years, although she must have started when she was 6. Superstar producer, owner of a company, manages over 190 agents, top producer. Can you imagine, and speaks fluently different languages? I want to welcome Gaby Martinez.
Hi, everyone. This is Gaby Martinez. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, it's the pleasure is ours, or I would say el gusto es mío, which is actually really more Spanish than Ecuadorian. You're from Ecuador. Tell us a little bit about how you came in and what you're doing now.
So I came when I was 25 years old. I have a lot of family here in the United States, and I used to come to the United States, especially Miami, for vacation. Like I will come every year for about 21 days, vacation from my regular job. I always work in sales, so I have that opportunity to take time off. And the economy in my country went very, very bad. Many bad things happened with the government, and the banks were closing. So I decided to just come to the United States and have an opportunity here and see if it will be different. So that's how
apparently it was different, because you started off as a secretary receptionist at a real estate office and then back in April of 2000, you decided in 2006 to get a real estate license. Now, what made you do that?
So I met my husband, Terri Martinez, in 2000 when I came to the United States. And he was actually the person that we just met. I met him, and he introduced me with a broker, a company. And just like that, he asked him directly, hey, Ricky, I know you're looking for a secretary, right? And Ricky says, oh, yes. Oh, well, right there. Gaby, well, I wasn't Martinez back then. I was Aviles. So he said, she's Gaby Martinez. She's looking for a job. Ricardo Fornos, he's looking for a secretary. Meet each other. And that's how I got my first job in the United States.
Well, we know Tony because Tony Martinez is a well-known speaker and trainer, especially for CDPE. We've got an interview already with him in the men's room segment, and that's how he told me about you. And I was just pretty sick and tired of hearing about how fabulous you were. But I really have to say that, you specialize in CDPE properties. Those are what we call certified distressed property experts. Yeah. And Tony's one of the premier trainers for that, and just acquired that. But he could never do it without you, because you are managing just about 200 agents, if last count is correct.
A little over, yes, 200 agents and 6 offices in South Florida, actually 4, and 1 in Sebring, Lake Placid, and we're going to be opening one soon in Coral Springs, which is also here in South Florida.
It is, and so here's what's interesting. I mean, we all know that, and we're not, we're just being obvious here, but women have a lot of roles, because you're a wife, and you're running a business, you have a personal life, you have a husband, and knowing the amount of energy he has, that's a full-time job all by itself. You're managing, you're teaching, and you're mentoring. Tell us about how you mentor. I'm now speaking both English and Spanish, which is a little different than Ecuadorian. Isn't that correct?
It's different. Yes, absolutely. Mentoring, it's one of my passions, just because I have that sense that I always want to help people to succeed. And the way I do it is I share my knowledge with them. Every single real estate transaction, it's not the same. So I had the opportunity to transfer that information to my agents. And whenever they had an issue, they just come to me, and it's so good that 99% of the times I have the answer and I know how can we help them.
Well, that's what Women's Wisdom Network is all about. And Realty Times is a resource. And I have to say, for the purpose of this interview, I know how active you are. You've been a director with the Miami Association. I mean, you're very involved in real estate. So it's not just about management and production. But the fact that you like to mentor and that you speak different languages, it had to be difficult. I mean, in a time like this, very turbulent times in our country with immigration and whatever, but we are, you know, we are a country that is all immigrants. And I mean, that had to be very difficult for you. If you were listening to this particular interview today, and what do you think you would say to someone who, no matter where they came from, as an immigrant getting into the real estate business or in business in general, what would you say to them?
Well, the first thing that I would recommend is that they will have to, if they take the decision to come to another country, first they have to immerse in the culture. And you have to accept this country and take it as is your country. Stop thinking about my country as the one that you left behind.
That's an interesting perspective, because we are passionate about our roots. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, absolutely. But I think you should keep your roots, but at the same time, you have to, thank for the things and opportunities that you have in the country that you choose. I thank every day for the opportunities I have here, because I don't think I would have had these opportunities where I came from. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. If not, I would have come back many years ago, and I don't think that's going to happen. So
yeah, no, you're very happy here, and I know that you and Tony have quite a business going there. 190 agents. If I were a woman in business, regardless of what business, especially real estate, because we know that doesn't open and close like a regular retail establishment.
Correct.
How do you manage to keep yourself from going insane with 190 agents and the training and the mentoring you and I both know the agents will call you for everything, because you have a good relationship with all of your agents. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we don't have everybody calling all the time at the same time, which is good, but we have a wonderful staff. We have three girls that help us a lot in multiple things. So, and also our agents, the culture that we have at Extreme, it's different, like I would say, like many other companies, because we always want our agents to help each other. It's like a family without being a family. We have chats where everybody, like if I'm not available, or Tony's not available, any of my members, it's available. One of the seasoned agents, the more experienced one, I'm going to step in and help the newest agents. So it's a big help.
So it's a good culture, which we think is core values and culture, a very important element, I think, to any successful business. What do you do for yourself? What do you do for Gaby to disengage, to chill out, to have some quiet time, to not always be on?
My quiet time, it's basically maybe just walking and going into my backyard, sitting down, just, breathe and
breathing.
Simple things.
Highly underrated breathing. So overrated, actually. So tell us though, because you're a woman in business, and we know that it's a 7-day business. Doesn't close on Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
If you were giving this information to other women in business, you would give them some advice, because you come from a great, generous heart. What would you say to them?
I would say that whoever wants to get in real estate and they think they're going to get into real estate because they're going to have freedom and more time for their families, that's not right. To really make in real estate, you really have to work very, very hard. This is not like a job from 9 to 5, no at all. Everybody start looking into homes after 5, when they're off from work. But it is true that allows you to have somewhat freedom, because yes, of course, you can plan your days better. It's like I always tell when my kids were little, they will always say, "Mommy, you're always busy. Papi, you're always busy." But, we plan beautiful trips, we will take them to Disney World and different things. So I will always say, "Oh, do you remember when Mommy was very busy that weekend and that open house?" Well, this trip is being paid by that sale. And they were always like, "Yay."
All right, so you attach the whole family, so you have a family as well.
Yes, correct.
So, this is all about having life and being a contributor to something bigger than ourselves. Obviously, you're helping a lot of people in the Florida area to acquire homes with 190 agents, plus the CDPE designations and training and whatever. Is there anything that you would say, if I only knew then what I know now, that you would might have changed or embraced or been more confident about when you first started?
The experience give you the sense of safety or security, being confident in yourself. At the beginning, of course, 12 years ago, it was different. But now, after having so many, it's real estate puts you in front of so many different people, different personalities, that helps you. That helps you to learn from each person, and also allows you to work with each person, because it will repeat. Like every so on, it will repeat. You will have this demanding client or this very nice client. So like I said, you had to adapt and you had to listen to your clients.
Well, not only do you work with your husband and then obviously live together. So, I mean, there's all of that going on, but really at the end of the day, you've made an impressive rise from not that there's anything wrong with being a secretary, but there's different elements and initiatives and competencies that you have to go to from helping an executive to being an executive yourself. And I have to admire you for that. Is there anything you would say for other people that have language issues when they get here? Is there anything you tell them as we close to help them re-engage?
Absolutely. One of the main things has to be, you have to learn, you have to absorb and become knowledgeable in every single aspect. Like if you really want to do it in real estate, at the end of the day, the language barrier, it's really nothing, because I have been in front of American clients and I have been walking away from with the listing agreement signed from many of those properties. So it's not really a barrier. Any person will know that you know your stuff. So that's the most important thing. It's
I love it.
Take the training, learn about everything, and forget about it. Yeah.
You've done a great job with that. And Gaby, the best way to reach you if somebody wanted you to speak to other women or speak on real estate or learn more about, well, we've already got Tony for CDPE. What's the best way to reach you?
I'm available via social media. My cell phone, it's all over the place on the internet. I can give it to you if you want.
Yeah, well, actually give us your email address.
My direct email, it's Gaby Martinez, just one B, Gaby Martinez 2000@gmail.com.
Okay, and I think that would, and I think connecting on LinkedIn, we're going to have you back for another segment because you're obviously a powerhouse in the business. We love the fact that you've accelerated, coming from another country, doing what you've done, helping people, helping agents grow their business so that we can do the best we can to be realtors, as well as women in business and mothers and wives and girlfriends, and just a great citizen that you have, because you give so much to the Florida Association of Realtors as well. I want to thank you for joining us. Join us for another segment of Women in Real Estate with Terri Murphy and the Women's Wisdom Network here on Realty Times. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.